want to figure out, everyone, I've got the filter going again with my brand new 4K camera. It just took me a while to figure out because I kept saying my camera wasn't used, and then I realized that I was meant to turn the preview off. Yeah, but I'm not really. I don't really. Sometimes I get a bit frazzled and I don't know what I'm doing. So it takes me a bit of time to figure that out, and then I'll be like, so that's what I was doing wrong, and I make sure I get it figured out. But to be honest, Windows, nowadays, Windows hasn't been too shitty, to be honest. Windows 11 has been too annoying, to be honest. Mostly it's been working fine. Yeah, I haven't really noticed any errors or, but, yeah. As I was figuring out the stream last, my OBS crashed. I don't know why, but generated a log. I had to update the virtual cam as well, so I had to reboot my computer because it hadn't updated, as I hadn't opened it in a while. So it had an update, and I had to do that, and yeah. And it installed a DLL file, meaning I was required to reboot my computer, because I did have the option, I could have done it later, but then again, even if I didn't, it's not going to work unless I reboot it, so that's why I just rebooted it now. So, yeah. And yes, my bed is not made whatsoever. And this is the box of my new camera. As you can see, this is a MX Brio from Logitech, the Master Series. Cost about $329 at JB Hi-Fi, but then I realised it's last time I looked, it was $100 off, and it was only $229. But we got it on eBay for $139.99, so $140. So I only paid $140 for this thing, and yes, it does still have the $229 price tag on it. And at the back, it still has the alarm tag. But yeah, it's quite it's a good price, I have to say. Not sure why my chin isn't. Oh, never mind. Because I keep seeing my chin so smooth. But anyway, I didn't get my mustache shaved. So yeah, very my mouth. But yeah, so I didn't pay much for this camera. I only had to pay $140. There was no way I was going to pay $329 for this thing. Just saying, because that's a bit too expensive. And sure, I did have enough money at the time, but there's no way I was going to spend that much on a webcam. Especially when I was able to get it cheaper anyway. That's why I listened to my dad, when he said that, because I'm not an idiot. I don't want to waste money. No, I wasn't just going to because I'm not a kid either, so I didn't just go and put it on phone. It's like, I don't want to just buy it, I want to, I didn't do that. Okay, no, that's not, because I'm an adult, and adults don't behave like that. So yeah, that's all. I suppose I have to get it cheaper. And this is the graphite version. I also have it in pale grey and black, but the black version is only in the United States. So, and we're in Australia, so yeah, I was lucky I was able to get it at that price. And it comes with I was poking myself with a box then. Anyway, it came with a USB-C cable, which then I realised it wasn't long, I had to get a USB-C, we had to buy another USB extension cable for $10. To spend another $10 on Amazon to buy a USB extension cable, 1 meter USB-C extension cable, because the cord itself was not long enough to reach my monitor, my computer, which is on the floor. So, yeah, and it comes with that, and it has an automatic privacy shutter. And this is what it says in the box. It says, hello, hola. And it even shows you the steps on how to set it up. Ow, I just pinched my finger. Oops. And, I can't show the cable because obviously it's plugged into the camera, right? I can't just, the stand is magnetic, and I can twizzle the privacy shutter like this, so just to be careful because because the stand doesn't actually, it said it was reusable, but it's not sticking anymore. If I move it a bit too much, the last thing I want is it falling off my monitor, which wouldn't be too good. Because the stand, it said it was reusable, but it's, I don't know if that's so true now, because now it doesn't even stick anymore. Because it was sticky, so then that's why I have to be careful when I'm moving the privacy thing, because the last thing I want is it falling off the monitor. And sure, this thing, it's actually made of metal, by the way, and I felt it's really really sturdy. Honestly, it's made of metal, and the lens at the front, you can't touch the lens because it's got protective plexiglass or whatever in front of it. But yeah, it's very, very sturdy when it looks like, because it's made of metal, because the older cameras, the QuickCam 9000 was made of plastic, and it didn't have a USB-C cable. You could just remove at the back. It had wires. Yeah. I do still have my QuickCam 9000 plugged in here into my computer. So I just keep it under all my jumpers on my desk. Yeah, there it is. Obviously, yeah, the stand's broken. You might be thinking, well, what about the one where the stand wasn't broken? You know, I did have one where the stand. I did actually have a second one, but I was playing your truck simulator one night, and what happened? Oh yeah, I didn't realize at the time that the reason it kept closing at the bridge near Berlin is because the mod, I had a mod installed that even said discontinued in its name, and for some reason my dumbass didn't bother to remove it, and because when I did that's what fixed it. So little did I know, that's all I had to do. But of course, no, that's not what I did, was it? Instead, I lose my shit, and then I freaked out, and yeah, it didn't end to, and of course, then there was all that crash banging, and my dad wasn't too happy about the noise, and well, that's not that. That's the rubbish talk. I don't want to be digging around in that. I just poked myself on it, but this is what happened to the other camera. Yeah, and the stand is, well, yeah, that's unfortunate because I banged it on the desk, and then I guess I got a little bit too frustrated and just took a pair of scissors, and yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was an old camera anyway, but then again, this one worked better than the other one, and the other one didn't have that problem with, with the thing where it isn't cut out. So I don't know which one was which, because one of them I got from my ex-farm buddy, my granddad here in Australia. And one of them I ordered on CEX. So I don't know which one was which, and it's quite possible this might have been the one that I ordered. Although I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking, but it could be the other way around, I don't know. Well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, so see, this cord is not meant to be unplugged, obviously. It's just a bunch of wires, as you can see. So, that was a shame. The ring I was missing too, yeah, that was a shame, unfortunately. Yeah, I still keep it in my drawer for whatever reason. I don't really get rid of that stuff, I don't know why. So this one here is the problem where it continues to work, constantly cuts out. When you knock it or something, Plus, yeah, because when I filmed that fireworks video on my main channel, this year's fireworks on New Year's Day, I grabbed the camera and then the piece of the stand broke off. Because I found this piece of plastic on the floor, not knowing where it was from, and it turned out it was actually from the camera. It was already missing a piece of plastic on that side, so it was already unsteady. So when I grabbed it, that just, when it works, unfortunately, it couldn't take me grabbing it, and unfortunately it broke. I don't know why that's happening. Well, is this supposed to be? Never mind. But yeah, so then that's interesting. I don't know why that works. Yeah, that was very much of a shame, because that camera, that's why that one doesn't work properly anymore. So, and the video is like frame by frame, and I use Logitech Web Consultant. For a new one, I don't have to use Logitech Web Consultant. Even if I wanted, I can select the camera. It's in a selection, but I can't use it, and then it's like grayed out. So I can just use it with this camera anyway. This new one, and it works on Zoom without a problem. Like the other one, it wasn't like frame by frame. It doesn't work properly on Zoom because it's not officially supported. Because the QuickCam 9000 is not officially supported on Windows 11. You look at this at the back of this box. It says it's certified to Microsoft Teams and works for Google Meet. And not just that, it's Zoom certified as well. And Zoom happens to be the same platform I use for the social workers meetings. Then again, you couldn't make it. You couldn't make it 2 Thursdays ago because he had another meeting, and then last week, he couldn't make it again because he was called to an assessment. So he couldn't make it because I was only spent 2 weeks, 2 of those Thursdays with a new guy. So anyway. It was a Streamlabs because it turns out I didn't know this, but I eventually found out. Also, Logitech was also found on October 2nd, which is my birthday. But as I all know now, I ended up finding out that Streamlabs is actually owned by Logitech. They own the Streamlabs company that makes this, that streaming, application. It's actually owned by Logitech. I didn't know that. And this camera also works with Chromebook as well. And that brings back memories because a Chromebook is what I used to use at school. Believe it or not, and it used to be we had this, on the outside of my desk, there was a shelf. There was this big box where the computer sat in, and it was locked with a key. And I used to have this retractable wheel where I had the keys on because I didn't have that many keys as I do now. So even if I wanted to get out of a retractable wheel, first of all, that battery is, and second of all, it'd be too heavy. I mean, it would just be hanging down because. Okay, I really shouldn't be storing my keys in the store because this is just. Where are they? Oh shit! Oh no! No! This is. Oh god. Maybe. What are they? So these are all my keys now. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of keys on here, including garage remotes. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is the garage remote for our garage I got on Amazon for about $17.99, $18, and within a few months it stopped working. It doesn't even work anymore. Look, the buttons don't even light up anymore. Piece of crap. I mean, apparently there was a review I saw, another person was having that same problem. It stopped working after a few months. You know, because most electronics are made in China, but this by far honestly is a piece of rubbish. Because yeah, I don't want to stop working after like a month. Because I noticed that when I came back from Austria, because it was working, because I got that before I went to Austria for 3 weeks. Now I come back and it doesn't work anymore. It's got one of those bullet batteries, and yeah, now it just doesn't. Of course, I got these other two lights because I thought they would work, but they're not even compatible. They don't work at all. I can't even program them. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, my keyring is heavy, so even if I wanted to put it on a retractable wheel, it would be too heavy. It's got too much weight. I've got loads of silver keys. I have loads of silver keys, but on my ring, as you can see, you can already see there's one key that's gold, right? I got this one here is a golden key because this is the key to my office, to the outside door. That's how I know. Because usually I got, how would you find which key is which to the office? But for my office, it's the only golden key on my ring. It's the key to my office. It's the only golden key on my ring. I don't have any other golden key on my ring. So that's the key to my office. The outside door. I used to lock up all the time when I'm not here. So yeah, that's the key to my office. It's the only golden key on my ring. That's how I know that that's to my office. And the other ones are like the back door, letterbox, window, obviously. You see, it's this window the client only at the bottom window, but now the key broke off, so I have to use the broke off part. I can still use the lock. But I don't want to climb out there anymore because there's a camera right above my window now. So even if I did, I'd be on camera. There's still that hole out there where, still trying to find out the bottom of the storm drain. I spent like one weekend I was working on the hole, and then I got sunburned. So on that Sunday, I had to put on some after sun lotion. I took a shower. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I still now, but yeah. We haven't been working on the hole because it's been too hot lately. And then one Saturday it was like 41 degrees. It was so hot. The heat wave warning is gone now because it's already February. It's February 8th today. No, February 9th. It's 4:38 already. At the end of February, March 1st, summer will be over. It'll be end of summer. It'll be autumn. Yeah, summer's coming to an end soon. Yeah. Why is it? Okay, now I just realised, why does it look like I have 2 mouths? What on earth? Is that supposed to be like that? Looks like I've got 2 mouths. What the heck? Oh, that's interesting. Let me see here. I've got the resolution set to the highest. Oh, well, the camera can do 30, it can do 4K at 30 frames per second, but I'm doing 20p, but then only at 60 frames per second. I don't know what the difference is. The picture that activates it if you have FPS issues. It's definitely working, so there's a phone cam as well. Because I wanted to use this, and all of a sudden it said, it kept on the thing. It kept saying that that the camera was being used, and that's when and I didn't realize because you have to actually turn the preview off when you're using the camera, otherwise you can't use the filter. Otherwise, I forgot to turn off the preview. So yeah, anyway. And so it's been, then of course my wallet, always keep locked in my office because this is my wallet. It's quite big. Yeah, and because my dad keeps his wallet in his back pocket, but I keep it locked in my office because there's still a lot of money in this. So I had over like $364 or something, but I only spent like 140, so I still got about over $200 in this wallet. So yeah, let's have a look at. So I've got some $50 bills. Yeah, two $50 bills, $5 bill. I've got, what else we have here? More $5 bills, great. Got a lot of these $5 bills. No, that's another 50 back there. Yep, that's another 50. We've got more fives. Yeah, loads of $5 bills, of course. Yeah, lots of $5 bills. I hardly have any $10. No, I don't have any $20 bills. I've had one, but I've already used that one. It's 50. Do I even have any more $10 bills? No, doesn't look like it. Damn it. I don't even have any $10 bills left. I think last time I already spent all my $10 bills that I had. Yeah, they're all basically like mostly 50s and $5 bills. Great. That's interesting. Anyway, so yeah, because that camera kept cutting out, right? So I was like, yeah, I need a new camera because, like, you know, it's got better resolution and all that. Because nowadays there's not just HD, there's also 4K, which is like Ultra HD nowadays. And I was still sitting here using a 720p camera. I wasn't even up to date with the world. I wasn't even now. Only now do I finally have a high quality camera, which this camera was only released 2 years ago in 2024. So, yeah. So I didn't. But then when it was released, when it was still new, it would have been way more expensive, obviously. And, you know, but now that it's 2 years old, it's not as old. It's a quick M4000, but it's a pretty good camera, I have to say. What would I rate this camera, I wonder? Yeah, see, it does do 1080p, so 920 by 1080 at 60 frames per second, so that does work. 4K is 30 frames per second, but Stream 4 doesn't give you that option. They don't give you a 4K option in the resolution, so... Yeah, the master series by Logitech. And it's been an honor. It's been an honor owning this camera, to be honest. MX Brio. Here's the thing, before I bought it, I thought, because the guy, but he was viewing the normal Brio camera, which has Windows Hello. So I thought this one had Windows Hello, but actually it's one without Windows Hello. Because in order for a camera to be compatible with Windows Hello, it has to have an infrared sensor. That's why, and not all cameras have that. That's why not all cameras are compatible with Windows Hello, because they don't have an infrared sensor. Because facial recognition uses an infrared sensor. That's how that works. But that is a Surface 2, which isn't sold anymore. You got that back in America, which has facial recognition that you can't actually afford it. I've actually tried it before. Even if you use the person's face on a piece of paper, you can't fool it. It doesn't work. And the flaps open like this, so you got the flaps on the side, and it was taped down here. Obviously, there's a seal. Obviously, the original seal was still intact when we got it, so it was still, because it said brand new on the listing, so the seal was still intact. It obviously hadn't been opened, because the seal wasn't announced, but yeah, it hadn't been opened. The seal was still sealed. And I unboxed it and of course at the time I didn't think to make an unboxing video, so I didn't. So as you get these flaps open, the box opens like this. You get all this messaging up the top, like, oh, hello, and you get all these steps on how to set it up, because the standard apparently is meant to be reusable, but my one doesn't even stick anymore, because it was actually, I thought it was like, because when it zoomed in, it showed these, like, you know, in German they're called soul cups, suction cups, but no, that one is just sticky, like, it doesn't have, like, that's the thing. But then again, they're really small as well, so. If you look at the messages, though, the camera, they're showing that the camera sits in there. The cable is actually, see, there's a cable symbol here, I've already put it in, but yeah, there's this cable symbol because that's where you find the cable. That's why it gives it away with that symbol. So you take this out, and there's a little box underneath that you open. That's where the cable's in. There's a 3-meter USB-C to USB-C. My computer has 2 USB-C ports. One at the back, one at the front, and then one of them both of them I'm using now. One of this camera, I think one at the back is using my camera, and the one at the front is using my Elgato capture card. Yes, I also have an Elgato capture card. Read all the boxes up there. And yes, I also have a 4K capture card. It's also 4K. So, You can catch on my Xbox. So I have an Xbox Series X, or digital, because sure, I do have a couple of Xbox games in the shop, but like Farming Simulator, and I own that digitally already, and of course Assassin's Creed Unity. But that game I don't play anymore because that just causes me problems, and then the controllers get broken. So yeah, and I was playing the trucks today, and I haven't been playing video games because I use this white controller. This was included with my Xbox Series X. That's why it's the same color, white, and this is what's paired to my computer. It still works. I can turn it on, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to use battery. I'm not going to play right now. But while I was playing one day, I wasn't actually playing. I missed because when you open the truck simulators and you misclick, well, you can't move the cursor and you can't click on the application. So what? And I don't have a keyboard, so what? I don't have a choice. But so what do I do? I have to pull the plug and shut my computer off forcibly, since I can't move the cursor. It just goes back to that. It's like Michael, when you can't turn, it just goes back to that. The position where it was in the middle, in the center of the screen. Because in the truck simulators, you can't interact with the outside computer. You can interact with the game unless you quit out of the game or Alt-Tab. Because it captures the mouse like Minecraft does. And then, because that happened when I was starting my computer, I don't know what I was thinking, but clearly I wasn't. And then, of course, I went and chucked the controller here. That's the thing. And then of course, it looks fine from the outside. I mean, it doesn't look damaged on the outside, but it's if you got this left trigger. Oh no, this is the left trigger. This is the right trigger. So you can hear that. If I click the left one, it hardly even works. So I think when I chucked it, I might have damaged the left trigger now. So you have to press it. It does still work. You just have to press it like this, as if you're gripping something, because obviously it doesn't. I don't know what I've done, but I've done something, and when I chucked it, it's now wrecked the left trigger. It doesn't work properly. So that's great, and of course, Xbox controllers aren't cheap. They cost about like $100. This one's like $99, like the black one, but like the red one or the blue one costs like $104. So of course they're not cheap. So I feel like when I did that, and it made me feel like an idiot, because only an idiot would do that, obviously, and I did that when I didn't need to do that. That was unnecessary. I didn't have to chuck it. I mean, of course I did, and now the trigger doesn't work properly. So that's great. All the other buttons work, like these triggers here, these buttons here, all these buttons work. It's just the left trigger here that doesn't work properly. So that's fantastic. This is why you don't chuck controllers, because they get damaged, and they've got a lot of buttons. They take damage, they take the impact. I think the reason why this trigger took the damage is because I think what happened was when it chucked, I think it landed with this trigger facing down. Although now I don't know. So that's unfortunate. But my Xbox, I've got two other controllers, which I can't show because they're plugged in. Yeah. This is trying to also got a Pulse Cypher controller, just sold out. Unfortunately, if you look on the left, you can't see. Oh yeah, down there. This is why I got damaged. This is what happens when I play Assassin's Creed Unity. This is what happens when I play Assassin's Creed Unity. It has a rechargeable battery as well. This controller. This is what happens when I play Assassin's Creed Unity. Yeah, you see the damage on the side of the controller. This is why I deleted the game and I don't play it anymore. Because of course, for some reason, my dumbass, when I got the Xbox, decided to reinstall it, which is a bad idea, because now look where it's got me. This is a limited edition controller. Now they're sold out. And it was not long before I found the Xbox Design Lab, where you can make your own controllers. And yes, I may have spent like $137. I'd say it was worth it. I used to have the rechargeable battery in my Wi-Fi controller, but the reason I changed it is because I got this one. This one I designed myself. Like triggers at the back, and it's also really, really comfy. The back, let's see these triggers, they feel really nice. And it's got black, it's also got metallic triggers as well. That's why it's so expensive as well. And a metallic D-pad. Look, it makes it look nice. So I thought why not add those details? I do have other ones, but you have to pay more extra because I added an engraving down here. This one doesn't have the engraving added. I did one red one without the engraving because I wanted a custom red one. Because there is a pulse red one, but it doesn't have all the design that I did. So yes, it's actually got metallic triggers, believe it or not. This cost me $137. I'm not kidding. At least I think that's what the price was. I can't remember, but yeah, it was expensive. It was expensive now. Because it was expensive. Usually others require a signature on delivery. But what was I doing when they delivered it? Well, they came a day early, right? I expected them to come the next day, but they came a day early. And what was I doing? I was in bed. And I hear the dog barking, and I start hitting the wall. Because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, shut up, you know. The dog was because he was guarding, and what I didn't realize is that it was because that delivery driver was at the door with my package, and of course, then I didn't realize until I saw it on camera. I was like, oh no. So then it was taken to the Dixon news agency, so I had to go and pick it up there. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Yeah, because the thing is that I wasn't expecting it to come that day because it said it would come the next day, and I wasn't expecting it to come that day. So I saw the tracking, and I saw it to the delivery, and yeah, no, because my dad was obviously at work, and my mom, she wasn't here either. I think she was at the gym at the time. I think it was around like 9 a.m. I think. Can't remember, but yeah, it was sometime around there. Yeah, she was at the gym at the time, so. Yeah, I mean, this was a while ago now, last year, so I don't think you can still track it, because even if you could track, I don't even know the tracking number anymore. I actually still have the FedEx link in my history. Never mind. Oh. And look at that, it says delivered this was on November 21st last year at 5:03 p.m. Funny that I still have the tracking link in my history, and I never deleted it. Yeah, signed for by it was signed for by me. Wait, I don't even remember signing it. I guess. Oh yeah, obviously because it was my package. Yeah, proof account number. This is proof of delivery. Okay. Well, it's got the address and everything. Address. Yeah, there's no location. Yeah, because I didn't open the door, did I? So there's none. The rest of the tracking is missing. Oh, it's not there anymore because obviously it's. Oh no, wait, here we are. It's from Doguguan. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that city before. It says delivered at Dixon Place. So he was out for delivery. Oh yeah, so yeah, that was on November 19th, so we got it 2 days later. And that was at 8:12 a.m. After delivery, yeah, and then at some point they attempted delivery around 9 a.m. That's not there anymore, but they attempted delivery around 9 a.m., which I wasn't there. Well, I was in bed obviously still. And then of course I was too annoyed by the dog, and I didn't realise that someone was even at the door. Yeah. This one, when a new camera came, it didn't require a signature because it was Australia Post. And it said, we don't need a signature, that's what it said. I got it on February 5th. I went out there because it said it would come February 5th, but it didn't come February 4th, so it came the next day, February 5th. And it took me some time to fall asleep that night, and then when I woke up, it already arrived around 9 in the morning. And this was in the box. Luckily, the camera was there, so because before it came, like I kept having thoughts that it was not going to be legit, you know, because it was at such a cheap price, and the camera was usually like $229 in the Logitech themselves. So I thought it wasn't going to be legit. I kept having thoughts in my mind that it wasn't going to be legit, but when I opened the box, it was there. That's simple. Same day, we also got a new haircut because apparently something else happened to the other one. Our vacuum is still out for repair. We had to send out for repair because for the robot vacuum because the mop pads, it kept saying that the mop pads were not installed properly. Then when it tries to mop, it would stop because obviously when it says that the mop pads are not installed properly, can't mop then. Yeah? Okay. We're gonna feed the dogs, I'll be right back. I just gotta go feed the dogs. Oh crap. Oh, thank goodness I called that. That was close. I accidentally knocked it. I was coming in and bugger. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was close. I'm just lucky I called that. Jesus. With the old camera was a bit different, you know. The quick output on does, but look at the view you get with this one. Look how big the view is. Because my Logitech, the Logitech quick output on does is not 4K, so I didn't have a view like this wide. Because you can also, not only is the quality good, you can even see more. Look at that. You can even see more as well. Plus it comes with a built-in privacy shutter as well. No, not many cameras have that. Now, even the cameras back in the day, they didn't have a privacy shutter. You would have to put, tape over it. But this one comes with a built-in privacy shutter. And it's plug and play. You don't have to, all you have to do to use it is just have to plug it in. It's that simple. You don't need to install a drive or anything. Also shows you how to set up the stand. The thing is, my monitor is in front of the back, so obviously, anyway, and then you just plug it in. And thankfully, my computer is also a newer computer, an MBG Titan I've had for 2 years. For a year, because it'll be 2 years in April this year, because I got in 2024. It was a year in 2025, and then this year will be 2 years. I've had for almost 2 years now. Yes, it has a USB-C port at the front and at the back. And if an upgrade's done, I've got an extra fan again. Not just that, I've got some slats underneath. So you get some air, some feet on each corner. A new fan, a bigger heatsink, and put new demo paste on it. And I've got 32 gigs of RAM now. So the video one's for there because it's cheaper to do that. I mean, because buying a whole new computer would be way more expensive. I mean, then you can just upgrade, And because the previous video cuts are also from Samsung, it's the same company made the new ones as well. Just made in different countries. But yeah, I mean, upgrading a computer, I mean, it's cheaper than having to buy a new gaming computer because they're not cheap, They can cost over thousands of dollars. I mean, they're not cheap. I mean, so upgrading it is way cheaper than buying a new one just because it doesn't have enough RAM or something. I mean, it's cheaper to upgrade it than. Because you don't want to waste money on a new computer. I mean, that's too. I mean, that's ridiculous. That'd just be silly. You can just upgrade it. Yeah, that is there because obviously here's the key to the safe because it's in a Dominator safe. It's locked, and obviously no, of course I don't have the key to it. No, and well, we got out. We realised that the key wouldn't work because the lock was completely stuck. So we had to oil it because there's this locking bar on the inside. It locks on both sides like this, and there's like a size locking button, and then one side it was like bent. That's why it was stuck. I thought Dad's key didn't work, so we got the spare keys from the office from his office because he gets a spare keys in his office. So he went to get those for no reason because his key worked the whole time. It's just the lock was completely stuck. So they finally got the computer out. That's when we realised because we hadn't got taken out there. It's always been kept in the case that since it was bought, we put it in there. It had been in there for a year since it was bought. So we did the upgrades. And when we took it out, we realized, well, my dad then realized is that the CPU fan was at the bottom and not the top. So what I'm trying to say is my computer CPU fan had been facing down instead of up. So the air, when the air wasn't going anywhere, it was just going back in the computer. So no wonder my computer was having a hard time, with the Windows and everything, and things would come unresponsive because obviously, the CPU was having a hard time, which is the computer's brain was having a hard time because it was facing out, and it was like a foam one, which we got rid of, we took out as well. That's what it was facing down to. The air wasn't going anywhere. Of course, I didn't do anything about it because I didn't know that it was in that way. How was I going to know that? I couldn't see it. You don't have the RGB lights on. I didn't know that. And we also took the top cover off the computer because for extra, it's going to breathe. Now my computer is special. You can take both covers off. You can take the one on the other side off too, which gives you access to the graphics card, which is an RTX graphics card by NVIDIA, and the area of the board where you sort the fan, where you put the thing in. Well, it's like a mounting plate. Mounting plate, so put that in and roll in first one. Oh, I just turned on. He said, no, sometimes my light turns on by itself because there was a sensor on the ceiling. That was weird. I got that on my stream. And then the light just turned on. Anyway. Yeah, so I realised then that what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So we were installing the fan, but of course, it had to be put in from the bottom of the board, right? By the time we didn't know that cover came off. We didn't know, did we? I didn't know. So what does that do? It tries to take the whole motherboard out of the computer. You'd already have the power supply and everything, but, the motherboard was just not coming out. It's just not going to work. So I thought there must be another way, and that's when we finally realised that you can just slide the other cover off. And it was that easy, and of course, that it was in the evening around 5. That evening, I had to go out to dinner. I didn't go there, but yeah. So it's only, of course, because of that means I spent all that time doing that. You didn't have time to put all the tools away, so they were left all over the kitchen bench. Because you didn't have time to put them away since you had to go out to dinner. Yeah, that whole time. You spent so much time trying to take the whole motherboard out of my computer. Which clearly that's not how it was, because it's not meant to be, because it was screwed up, but even if you screw it up, you can't take it out. It just doesn't work. I also noticed this fan only has one connector connected to the board, obviously the power, but my other one had 2 connectors, one going into the motherboard for power, and the other one goes into this little card on the side. I'm guessing that's for, what that is for control. So this fan is powered, but it can't be controlled because it only has one connector. So, anyway, yeah. That was interesting, yeah. The whole time, and of course I spent most of that time trying to take the whole motherboard out of the computer. Even though that stuff wasn't going to work because it wasn't coming out, obviously. That's why then he thought that there must be another way, and that's when we finally realised that you can take the other cover off. This is a screw at the top. We realised you can just take the cover off on the other side. And of course, we don't realised that before. He wouldn't have spent all that time trying to take the whole board out of the computer. He even already just disconnected the power supply. And then also the recorder's the same with it goes in the back. Yeah, that was interesting. And one night I woke up at 4 and then the internet had dropped out because, I forgot it used to happen. Don't know what was going on because there were no outages reported. Nothing. So, yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm starting to feel hot. And my body's starting to get warm. And how many degrees is it still outside? Let me just see. Means the dog's going for a walk, because the dogs can't go for a walk if it's too hot. So if they're going for a walk, it must be cooler outside then. Let me just check. Right now it is... Excuse me. It's 27 degrees. It was only 28 today. It was raining. Wait. It rained at 3 in the afternoon. Okay, now there's nothing. But it rained before. Oh. I'm not on Tuesday. That was interesting. I was on the Tuesday thing. But yeah, it was raining at 4 p.m. So, there's no rain now, so. And plus that bit of rain. Anyway, so it's still 27 degrees. Oh, wait, there is another warning. A severe thunderstorm warning. From Monday from today, from 4:49 p.m. to 9:49 p.m. There's a severe thunderstorm warning. Wait, what? Now to produce heavy rainfall that may lead to flash flooding. Wait, what? What area is warned here? I don't see any area. They're no longer clearing the sacred territory. Oh, and the warning for that district is cancelled. So why is there still a warning then? There's Victor the effective was at Goulburn, Bow, Yass, Cookville, Telegram, Captain's Flat. Oh. Right. Which also was in Cat's Flat's over here. Here. See here. See, even Campbell is in this warning though. It's also highlighted in orange. So yeah. 27 degrees still, but yeah. So we did all that funny no day with all the upgrade done and no, we don't have any internal upgrades, but then he had to go to dinner, so he didn't have time to put all the tools away when he got back, because he didn't have by the time it was finished, he didn't have time to put the tools away, so they were left all over the bench. Since he didn't have time to put them away, because he had spent all that time trying to take the motherboard out of the computer. The internet cut out, yeah. We've had problems like that before. One time, I think that was the last time, I can't remember though, but yeah, there was one time where, so the internet cuts out, right? So my dad usually, gives Iona a call, and so this time, a guy picks up the phone, right? And after some point, he says he has to put Dad on hold. But what happens? Well, the guy never comes back to the call, and there's no hold music, nothing. It's just all quiet. The guy doesn't come back to the call. He never returns the call. So after 15 minutes, Dad hangs up and calls again. And then he's already a bit pissed. He didn't sound happy. So number one picked up, and he was telling me how the previous employee just left the call and never returned. And he was the one that said he didn't give a damn, because he thought that we don't have internet. He thought that we don't have internet, and it doesn't give a damn. Yeah, clearly they didn't. I mean, if they're not going to return the call, I mean, clearly that's what no internet's out and it doesn't give a damn. I mean, they're not really a good company, because I've read the comments on Facebook, not really that good, but we're stuck with that carrier. We can't change from Iona because this house has a Transact box, which is owned by Iona. So because of that, we can't go to any different carrier. We're stuck with Iona. And it doesn't matter if there's comments about or not. We can't. We're stuck with Iona. We have really fast internet, and usually over 700 megabytes per second. But yeah, we're stuck with Iona, unfortunately, because of the Transact box. So there's nothing we can do. Fortunately, we can't go on any different code, because we wanted to until we found out about the Transact box. And Transact is owned by Iona. Yeah, none other than Iona. So we're stuck with Iona. Yeah, that's unfortunate. My dad's mom's parents, they also have Iona, so they also got a way that looks just like our one. Which, of course, in my frustration that night, I accidentally, I'm not supposed to touch my I accidentally did this, and when it fell open, I thought that the auto hub had stopped working. And so we were doing it. It was on the auto website because that showed the camera with the dashboard doesn't load. But if I go to /feed, I can still see the feed. It's just the dashboard that's broken. I haven't tested it yesterday, but yesterday it wasn't working. It hasn't been working for days. I don't know. Because when I go into my own location that belongs to me, it's not shared, I can access the dashboard. But on Dad's one, I can't. For Dad it does work, because obviously it's the admin has access rights. That's what access rights is. Because I found out you can have multiple admins on Arlo. But we all know Dad would never give me admin rights. It doesn't, and that's because he owns the cameras, and that's not going to happen, obviously. Because obviously, I can never be trusted. I mean, get up to mischief, obviously. I can never be trusted, obviously. That's why that doesn't happen, because admins, they can turn off all the arming and stuff. That's why, obviously, yeah. Yeah, dashboard's still blank, but it's just what we'll have to do is delete the dashboard part into /feed. This is the camera feed, and now we have a camera in the garage as well. There's Dad getting out what was he doing? Oh, getting some rice out of the freezer. Oh, yeah, I forgot to get a camera in the garage. I would have filmed Mum driving off. Oh yeah, wait, the garage was open. Oh, Mum was already driving. My sister must have been taking her time again because Mum was already sitting out in the driveway. I didn't hear her beeping the horn because if she had beeped the horn, I would have heard it. Yeah, the garage is closing. Mum was already sitting in the driveway with her car, and apparently my sister was. I'm not sure what that was, but my sister always takes her time, you know. Mum, she's already hopped in her car, and this is where she drives out. I would have picked her up this morning because Mum usually goes to the gym in the morning. So I picked her up here. At 6:28 a.m. I was getting in the car to go to the gym. Because yeah, we now have a camera in the garage. Yeah, I moved that star phone because because we haven't found the problem for the storm drain. All that water was pouring into the garage. That storm that night, there was so much. It was raining really, really hard. There was lots of rain. Of course, because of that, our storm drain. Well, we haven't figured out the problem yet. So can't catch all that water, so it was all pouring into the garage, and yeah, there was just so much water. I had to move my TV's box out of the way as well because my TV is in it. So I had to move that out of the way because I didn't want that getting water damage. Yeah, it was an absolute shocker. There was so much water. That's Sunday, I think it was. Was it Sunday? My mum got scared by the fight. She opened the closet because I found a bag of beanbags and the refill bag apparently had a hole in it. So someone had to hold it and then another person had to take it because apparently otherwise it just all falls out. My mum got a big fight there because there was a spider there. That is a pretty big one, and it looked dangerous because it had like a big black body. And my mum described it as because the redback spiders are dangerous, but only the female ones are, not the male ones. The female ones are the ones that are dangerous, and their bites are like venomous. They're poisonous. Yeah, so they're dangerous. You'd have to. My granddad in Australia had that happen to him before. My mum was only 15 at the time when there was a redback spider in his boot, and yeah, that wasn't too good. He had to go to the hospital, and yeah. Yeah, because after you get bitten, you want immediately to get to the hospital since you still have time to treat it. But if you don't treat it, there's only a matter of time before that toxin from the redback spider spreads across your body, and once it does, you die. It kills you then. So that's why you have to act fast once you get bitten by a spider because at some point it would be too late because it wouldn't be long before that toxin spreads through your bloodstream into your body. That's why you have to be careful. Yeah, redback spiders are dangerous. There's this area in our letterbox that I thought was something to do with the sprinkler. But no, that turns out that's where our main shut-off valve is for the water, because it comes in from the street. That main shut-off valve is in there. That's where you shut the water off to the house. I didn't know that at the time. And the gas valve is just there on the side where the electrical cover is. The circuit breaker box is also outside, next to the box for the solar panels. Yes, we have solar panels as well, and we have a Tesla battery. Because we make power by the sun. Saves money. And only work when there's sun, and in the evening it uses no power, obviously. And when the power goes out, our Tesla battery has, or when you charge it up, so it has enough charge to power half the house, not the whole house, unfortunately. You can only power so much. But once that one's out, all the power goes out. So, it's been faults before with the power, so. I was in America, I still remember. This is before I conquered my fear of the dark, and because now I sleep in the dark just fine. But this was before I started the light on, and when all of a sudden I hear this bang outside, and the lights go out, and there's no power. So I'm lying this dead, and around 10 p.m. it comes back. Now I never knew what this bang was, but then recently I thought, but transformers make a loud noise when they blow, right? So I mean, it's possible that bang could move because if the power went out after that bang, that means it was probably a blown transformer. That transformer blew outside for whatever reason. I don't know, because if they blow, you have no power. That's a problem. That's why the power lines also sparking or something like when someone crashes into them. I've seen that 20 times on video. Yeah, it's not good because there are a lot of idiots on the road. There's a lot of dumb fucks on the road. Don't know how to drive. I mean, they shouldn't have their license in the first place. But anyway, yeah, a lot of idiots in cars. I can't tell you how many there are. Oh, this was Sunday. Oops. I thought that was today. My bad. That was yesterday. I thought Miles Pellets were here for a second, but that was yesterday. How silly of me. I thought that was today. So there's Dad leaving for a walk. Yeah, that's on camera. I have one in my office. Oh, yeah. I forgot to move it back, didn't I? Yeah, I was meant to move it back and I forgot. I had it turned away. I forgot to put it back. Oops, I was meant to put that camera back. Oh, well. Is that like home at 4:13 p.m.? Well, I think my sister must have been taking her time again. She always does. Total News now has a Discord server. Right, Dad. 1,000 videos. You can check it out. It has 126 subscribers. Because I've got the full version of Total News because I know, yeah, I'm sure the app is an app that repeats what you're saying, all that, but I've liked that app since I was a kid. Then 2023, March 4th, this year will be 3 years ago, I decided to create a Talking Tom Bear News channel. At first it was called Mr. Prelec, but now it's called Talking Tom Bear News. It's got 1.1 thousand videos, lots of live streams, and it's got like 126 subscribers now. Yeah, I've been uploading video after video all those days, and now I've gotten up to 1,000 videos. No, it's not verified, because to get your YouTube channel verified, you need at least 100,000 subscribers. So I usually say, let's get to 100K, because it's quite obvious, because obviously I want my channels to be verified. But here's the thing though, my personal channel isn't my only channel. I have a lot of channels, when it says check out the rest of the extended product family. My personal channel, you can scroll down, and there's a section I added, which is check out the rest of the extended product family. You'll see all my other channels there. I don't just have one, there's like another 14 or so. There's my vlogs channel, my gaming channel, live shorts reacts channel, my Minecraft channel, my Roblox channel, my Xbox channel, my videos channel, my work channel, my official channel. And yeah, that's most of those channels. Yeah, it just keeps going. Yeah, and those are not all the channels. I used to create a lot of channels when I was a kid too, so I've got way too many. And API team has tons of channels too, and I just created another one today, Pixelated Nanny. Yesterday was Hundi Jacob, because I kept getting inspired by these shows to create channels. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I've got a few too many channels, I should say. We've got Old Sparker for my Austrian videos. Yeah, I've got a few too many channels. And my game channel, vlogs channel, Roblox channel, Xbox channel, my personal channel have all features enabled. My other channels don't. By default, they don't, because you need a phone number. And the downside is that on YouTube, you can only use one phone number to verify 2 channels per year, once every year. So, once the phone number is used twice, to verify to use it again, you have to wait till next year. And the year has 365 days, and it's only February. So, yeah, but I've already verified. I don't need it on all the other channels. I've already verified all the channels. I already added the features on all the channels I needed to add. I don't really need the features on any other channel. It's not like I stream all those anyway. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's not the one. There's channels to set on deal. There's another video that says my Alexander Teddy channel. I used to word verify 5. I try to go through what it was, but that handle is just taken. Like, I don't think it's going to be available anymore since the channel was deleted that had it. That channel that had that handle. I've got Alexander's Alta videos. Alta is German. Alt is German for old. That's a Vault channel, old Vault channel, which has all my old videos from Switzerland, whatever I recorded with a quick for 9000 when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And then I've got Alexander's Noise videos, which is the new Vault to the present now. I have been uploading that. I haven't uploaded for why not? Because I haven't been using the Logic webcam software. So, because this one I can select in there, but it won't work because it's grayed out because it's a newer camera. And there is a newer Logic webcam software, but then if I uninstall that, it's just going to muck the other camera up again. Because the Logic webcam software has been corrupted before and it crashed my computer. As a matter of fact, I should probably. It's been a while. It's been a few days. It's been some time now since I've last did a system file check. So I don't know. Let me just do one of those to make sure, because that nothing's corrupted, that there's nothing else corrupted. So what I have to do is get a command prompt. I'm an administrator. I'm using my Microsoft account, which I usually don't use on my computer, but I decided to do that anyway. That's what it says. So I'm going to do sfc/scan now. Hit enter. And yes, I'm using an on-screen keyboard, so you can't hear me typing because I don't have a keyboard, as I mentioned before. Now it's in the verification phase of the system scans, so we have to wait. After that's completed, we'll show the results. This can take some time though, so this usually takes some time. Because I use Bitdefender on my computer, which is an antivirus. I don't use the built-in Windows Defender. Bitdefender, because Bitdefender is not just a normal antivirus, it's not just your ordinary antivirus like Windows Defender. If you're using Bitdefender, you haven't accidentally come across like a harmful site or something, but you won't accidentally access it because Bitdefender detects that and it blocks the site, so it stops you from accessing it. You still have the option if you think that the site isn't, if it's a site you know if it's blocked incorrectly, but you don't want to accept it if it's a harmful site because you don't know what you're risking your computer. You'd be risking your computer's life. That's why you don't want to just understand the risk and continue anyway. Anyway. That's not the only thing. That antivirus, it also tells you whenever your camera or microphone are being used. A pop-up comes up, so I know when my microphone or camera are being used. But this one I keep in the box anyway. This one I have plugged in. Yeah, but it's under my jumper, so you can't see a thing anyway. But yeah, it will tell you whenever the camera's being used, or the microphone. So I'll know, so no one can just spy on me while I have this plugged in. Because it will tell me when it's used, when it's being used. And if I'm not the one using it, I'll know that it's not, obviously. They used to be hacked a lot. It was a vicious size for white Bitdefender, but now most of my accounts have two-step verification, like my authenticator app or passkey on my device. I'm the owner of I'm the only one who can access it because I'm the owner of the account. I had to do that on most of my accounts because people kept hacking me. My dad had to do that on his Amazon account because someone hacked him down. Whoever did bought a $200 gift card with my dad's money, and luckily he was able to get it back because Amazon gift cards, well, their policy states that they're non-refundable, meaning you can't get the money back once you buy it. So they must have made an exception because that would have obviously explained that he was hacked and that he didn't buy the gift card. So they obviously made an exception because usually their policy stated that the gift cards are non-refundable. They can't usually be refunded. Yeah, if you buy a gift card, Amazon gift card, you can't get that money back. If you order something, change your mind and you want a refund, you can't. Because that's what their policy states. It's 71%. That's covered as well. 71% complete. Still going. I got this camera. By the time I got this camera, I forgot about Streamfog. I completely forgot, and I didn't ever thought to test it out until today. I completely forgot I even installed it. Yeah. So. Yes, it's still so 77. Yeah, so I'm just making sure that nothing's corrupted because that's the last thing I want. So Logitech webcam software being corrupted caused my computer to crash. So well, first of all, I couldn't plug anything, right? So what do? I unplug the camera from the extension cable and my computer crashes instantly. So I'm like, what just happened? And then it happens a second time, but I see the file that's likely to copy, which is a sys file, and got the word Logitech in it, or Lodge. So I knew that had to be part of the Logitech webcam software. So what I did was I reinstalled the Logitech webcam software. I used Web Installer because that allows you to delete all the remaining files as well. And I reinstalled it from there. I fixed it. Okay, I did not find any integrity violations, so that's good. So nothing's corrupted on my computer at the moment. So that's good to know. So there's no integrity violations. Perfect. That's a bit warm, and yes, I did get an extra fan from Bunnings because my other one, I was getting the power strip out for the telly micro, so I bring that out, of course the thing broke, the fan blades, and then the cord touched the fan, it broke off the fan blades, now it just wobbles as well. I don't know if that's because of the fan blades that are broken, I don't know what the problem. Anyway, and the extension cable to the webcam, and I made it into a 4 meter extension cable because the extension cable was 1 meter, the other cable was 3 meters, so that 3 plus 1 is 4. So yeah, I need that extension cable, and now it's long enough. Which is my monitor now. It's long enough. This is the camera I'll also be using for meetings as well, for the Zoom meeting. Because I tested it on Zoom and everything, and it literally turns on, instantly. Like that Logitech Quick Pro 9000. It literally just works, That's usually what I wanted, things to work, and because that way I don't get frustrated. But then again, I got to my things now because I know that when you break things, then you don't have anything to do. And I've been like that for a few times, unfortunately. It's actually on my personal YouTube channel. There were surveillance videos from the other account which showed There was no monitor on my computer, on my desk, sorry. My computer was still there. No monitor. I moved it to the ground because it is troublesome. But, yeah. Now I can't take the monitor off because this is the monitor in Dad's office. And I can't just take it, chuck it because it's actually on a monitor arm that's actually clamped to my desk. So it's on a monitor arm. So it's clamped to my desk, so you can't just take the monitor off. Because it's also mounted to the back of the monitor. It's a special monitor arm. It's clamped to the desk. It fits the BenQ BL2400 monitors. I don't know about monitors like this one. I don't think it would, because this plate has to be screwed on at the back. And that fits this one, the BenQ BL2400. I'm not sure about the others though. That's what I don't know. What am I doing? I want to go on to do now. Yes. Oh, this is a magnet. This is a magnet. And it works on here because my computer is is made of metal, obviously. Metal is magnetic. What was this doing on my computer's? Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. What was because there was I thought it was that, there was a thing was in there, I thought it was, what was this doing on my dominator save? Vibrating on the stick, I'm not sure. Oh, this is a magnet. Because down at the top is metal. Wait a minute. Hold on, just a sec. If I just look, no, it still holds in there. It's like really in there. Because there's still a magnet in there, I think. But look, if I take this circular, where did I just put it? Shit, there it is. This is metal at the bottom, is it? Yeah, look. There's metal at the bottom. What are the chances that this... that's stuck. Oh, shit. That this was meant to be in here. Oh, that's also metal in there, too. Oops. Oh, so it sits on there. I think it was meant to be like that. I don't know. Let's fix this. Let's adjust it. Oh, the camera gets warm as well. Didn't even know that. Oh, and then adjust it like that. I don't know if that's where it belongs, but that's what I'm guessing. Although I don't know. I could be wrong. Wait, am I just seeing this, or is it actually moving up? Must have just been my imagination. Anyway, yeah, so this stream has already been going on for an hour now. Wow, I didn't even realise it'd get this long. But yeah, I was just testing the stream fog again because I didn't think to test it with the new webcam. So, yeah. So I did that. It's still really sunny out and bright. It's only 5 p.m. at the moment. So yeah, I thought I'd test it out. And yeah. I'll see you in the next stream, everybody. Bye.